What's going on, guys? As you can see, I'm back in the kitchen because I love the kitchen. I am a huge fan of food, as you can see. I said to myself while I'm here slicing up some onions and peppers for the future, I said to myself, why not turn on my iPad and share with you kind folks my old Christmas memories. Before I begin, I want to send a super special shout out to my mother. I love you very much. I had to start, with that because because of her, she made all of my Christmas dreams come true back in those days. Back in the 70s, early 80s, while living in the South Bronx, it was no picnic. It was a rough time back then, and she was playing both mom and dad in my life. We didn't have much. However, she somehow, some way made it happen for me when it came to surprising me with Christmas gifts. I was that type of child that didn't, approach her with a long list. I was very particular. I would just go to my mother and say, "Hey, mom, I would like this for Christmas." And every Christmas, I will always present one thing to her. And by the grace of God, she made it happen. There was a time when, back in those days, when the Atari 2600 stepped on the scene, I told my mother, "Mom, please, I want that. I want it, please. Mom, please, can I have it, please?" And on Christmas, she made it happen for me. There was one time, uh, I'm already laughing at this. I'm a fan of Godzilla. I love Godzilla. Was I satisfied with the last Godzilla film? Not really. It was okay. And the film before it, they didn't really show Godzilla. In the film before the last film, they only show little pieces of him. But anyway, let me not get into that. My point is that I always loved Godzilla. I love those old school Godzilla films. I grew up with Godzilla. So there was this Godzilla toy. It was uh, almost 4 feet tall, almost 4 feet, or maybe 3 feet tall. It had the arm. When you press on it, it would just fly off, and then if you pull from the side or you push, like his tongue or fire will come out. It's plastic fire. So I told my mother about that toy. I said, "Mom, please, can I have it, please?" So I saw the gift, right, under the tree. I was analyzing the gift from a distance, looking at it, scoping it out. I was like one of those secret agents, you know what I'm saying? Like, mm. I had my inner X-ray vision just going up and down on it. And I did the unspeakable, guys. I decided to tear a little bit. I tore a little bit of the wrapping paper off, just a little bit, just so that I can see for sure, so that I can know that that was that Godzilla present. And eventually, my mother discovered the little holes on the side, and she was not pleased with that discovery. So, anyway, uh, we usually went to to my grandmother's house for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. We used to always go there on December the 24th. We used to get, we used to. Well, the beautiful thing about celebrating Christmas back in those days, back in the 70s and 80s, is that back then we didn't have no Facebook, no YouTube, no Instagram, no social media, not even the internet. All we had was family. The family structure back then was intact, you see. And we always came together for casual events, Christmas, Thanksgiving, even Halloween. You know, we used to all come together, right? So on Christmas, we used to go over there, right? And I used to be so impatient towards my family, especially my mother. My mother and my aunts and my uncle, they would just chill out in the kitchen, you know, drinking coffee or drinking whatever. So I would normally go in there and say, come on, let's open up the presents. But I already knew that they will not open up any presents until 12 midnight, Christmas Day. So throughout the whole evening on Christmas Eve, I used to just torment my mother and just be all over her ear and say, Mom, 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 please. So when 12 o'clock would come, right? When 12 o'clock came, immediately I would just run to the kitchen and say, come on, come on. I used to just stomp my feet and my mother would look at me. You know, Spanish moms, they don't play. They will give you this look. And that's the look of death. So, anyway, eventually they will come around the Christmas tree, and then it's all good from that point on. There was one Christmas day when my grandmother, who is no longer with us right now, she dressed up as Santa Claus, and that was such a memorable experience. I'll never forget that. You know, so yeah, there was so many memories. You know, and you know, families were closer back then, and you know, when you have family in your life around the holidays, it makes such a huge difference. It really does. But before I end this video, I have to acknowledge the fact that there are so many folks out here who hate the holidays due to their own personal reasons. You know, the loss of loved ones, financial difficulties, and many other things that that are going on in their own personal lives around the holidays. And the holidays, you know, while we are rejoicing, there are others who are they just can't wait until Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's just fly by, you know. And I just want to say this before I close up this video, that my heart and my prayers goes out to each and every one of you. May the Lord Christ bless you all. I hope and pray that He will fill your heart with His peace that surpasses our comprehension. And overall, I just wish the very best for you. And I'm hoping that the Lord will deliver you from whatever set of circumstances that you are going through right now in your life. This is the Preacher Man signing out. May the Lord Christ, Yeshua, Moshiach, bless you all and your families. And in Christ's holy name, I say amen. Peace.